Chiefs win the Super Bowl.
Chiefs win. Cry, Eagles, cry.
Great, excited to be back in the league.
You know, every day I got the Three Stooges in the studio with me is a good fucking day.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
So let's make sure he gets that bag.
F-R-A-U-D-S, fries! Woo!
Justin's way ahead in picks. That's all that you need to fucking know.
Show's ruined.
Show's over. We're going home. I'd like to welcome you back to another page of the Playbook Sports Podcast.
So let's do it.
I love it. 16 through 20.
Yeah, 16 through 20, so here we go. I got the Commanders taking, one spot short, Joey Porter Jr.
I knew it.
Yeah, Joey Porter, they need a corner.
They do so bad.
I even tried, I saw all these mocks mocking him there, and I was like, where else could he go? Who else do they need? And I just couldn't find anyone else. I know this is the safe pick, but it makes too much sense.
Yeah, it does.
Pittsburgh Steelers taking Darnell Wright, offensive tackle.
Yep, great pick there.
I hated picking it. I was like, Pittsburgh Steelers taking punter, first round.
Punter. Going with the number one punter on the board.
And I didn't even attempt for this to happen. 18, Detroit Lions, Miles Murphy.
Yeah, he's been
Lion.
sliding, man. He needs to show out at his Clemson Pro Day because
Yes.
his combine was underwhelming.
Absolutely.
He's getting passed on.
And personally, I don't usually look at the combine too much to like boost a guy's stock,
Sure.
or at least to slide a guy's stock.
Sure.
You know, like if I've seen the guy do it in a game,
then
really
I
can do
trust
it
that
again.
over combine.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
But when they're like, he didn't do that well at the combine, it's like, okay, well, does he have a 300-pound man in front of him that he's trying to get around at the combine?
Right.
No?
No,
Okay.
okay.
Well.
Yeah, you have to take it all with a grain of salt at the combine.
Exactly.
Agreed.
19 Tampa Bucks. I got taking Deontay Banks
Okay, corner. Yeah, because they may be losing Jamel Dean, which they will because.
and Sean Murphy Bunting.
Yeah, and we will talk about. I will get the pleasure of talking about Tampa Bay's situation later today.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need a corner. Let's just say that they need a lot of things.
Absolutely.
They need a lot of things.
And then one more surprise pick. Seattle Seahawks taking Michael Mayer,
Ah, I like that.
tight end.
Yes. Okay. So Mayer, first tight end off the board. This tight end class is very, very good.
It's been very, very deep.
Yeah, it's super
There's
deep.
guys in like the third round that could go like.
There's like 7 or 8 tight ends in this class that could be a number one tight end on the team right now.
Absolutely.
It's very impressive.
It is.
Porter Jr. to Washington. It's like you said. They need a corner so bad.
Yeah.
And the NFC East is a pass happy division. I imagine the Giants are going to pick up some weapons for Daniel Jones since they just paid him all that money.
They gotta.
They have to get him some weapons now. He can't be throwing it to whoever they have there. I mean, I don't even know, honestly.
The Hodgins.
Yeah,
and
Isaiah
Richie
Hodgins.
James.
Yeah, no, that won't work. But you need secondary in Washington, and I love Porter Jr. and man, Pittsburgh is so sad about that. But go ahead.
I was gonna say he's just physical enough to match up with those receivers in that division.
Yeah.
You know, CD, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith. I mean, granted, we don't know who the Giants have yet, but they're going after someone.
They'll get a weapon.
Kenny Galladay? Oh, no
Oh
kidding.
my God. That guy sucks.
I can match up with Kenny Galladay.
You could, any of the four of us could match up with Kenny Galladay and have a couple of winning reps.
I agree.
Darnell Wright to Pittsburgh. That's a great pick for them.
Yeah, I fucking hate it.
They need offensive line, and this guy was a number one prospect in his class, number one draft out of high school, number one player in the country out of high school.
Yeah.
Super good. He could be the best tackle in the class, honestly.
He could be.
He's so good.
And that's what scares me. I mean, really, they just got to protect the future.
Yeah.
Kenny Pickett's the future. Whether you like it or not, Pittsburgh country, I
He's
don't
the
like
future.
it, so I'm happy about it.
Yeah. Thrilled.
But this pick also just fixes the most things that
Yes.
it can.
Mhm.
So it fixes Najee,
Mhm.
potentially.
Yep.
Fixes Kenny Pickett. That's going to help the run game. That's going to help the pass game. That's
Yep.
going to help the whole offensive line gel. It just fixes the most things, which I think is much needed on that offense.
Agreed.
Matt Canada needs him to save his job.
Yeah, he does badly. He needs him to block. Miles Murphy to Detroit. Love that for Detroit. Detroit coming out with the steal there, I think, because the tape backs up Miles Murphy is a super talented player. The
Absolutely.
combine hurt his stock because everyone wants to say, oh, Nolan Smith had such a good combine. That's okay, but he didn't have the production.
Right.
Miles Murphy has the production and not the combine. Give me the production over the combine every single day.
Exactly. In this mock, I mean, they potentially get, and I didn't plan it out this way just because I love the Lions.
Right.
They might get the best corner and the best D-line.
Yeah,
They might.
honestly, they could. There was a case for, Miles Murphy. I mocked him at 5 initially when we first did our first mock draft. I had him at 5 to Seattle.
I have him very high up.
Yeah,
First.
super talented dude, and he's just kind of slipped down the boards because he's not as supreme of an athlete as these other guys are.
Right.
Deontay Banks at 19, like you said, they need everything. Tampa Bay needs so much help.
Yes.
So much help. They have to be camp compliant in 72 hours, and it'll be really interesting to see if they can do that. And then Mayer at 20 to Seattle. Love that. For
That's-
Geno. Get him another weapon, baby.
It's my favorite pick right there.
Yeah,
I
love
mean,
that.
hey, he's a $100 million man right now.
Mhm.
And let's give him someone else to throw to. Let's give him someone else to protect him.
Mhm.
If this guy can do both, you're sitting pretty.
Home run, man.
You know, Tyler Lockett's getting a little up there in age. DK
Yep.
Metcalf is obviously entering his prime.
Yep,
We
stud.
get Michael Mayer in there.
Yep. Get him a safety blanket for Geno. Just another weapon at the cover.
Exactly.
Yeah, and Seattle's proven to draft well recently. So they come out of this draft with Jalen Carter and Michael Mayer.
Isn't that
Thanks.
wild?
Thanks.
Yeah, the rich get richer.
Yeah, they do, man. Good for them.
And this is their rebuild years.
Yeah, right. These are the years they're bad. Gosh. All right, 21
All right.
through 25. What you got for me?
All right, so 21, I got the LA Chargers taking Lucas Van Ness.
Ooh,
22, I got the Baltimore Ravens taking Brian Branch.
love that.
23, I got the Minnesota Vikings taking Nolan Smith.
Yep.
24, I got the Jacksonville Jaguars taking Cal Cansey.
Ooh, okay.
And 25, I got the New York Football Giants taking Osiris Torrance.
Cyrus Torrance. Yeah, they need O-line still.
Yes.
Torrance, okay.
So not as much fun in these 5 right here, but
Yeah,
I
these
think
are
it's-
all gritty picks.
Yeah.
These are all guys that are needed.
So
Chargers,
LA
yeah.
Chargers, I mean Lucas Van Ness, Khalil Mack might be cap casualty release.
Mm-hmm.
Might be coming up. They really haven't had anyone be able to rush that passer besides Joey Bosa
Yeah.
in a while. Like Mack, like he's doing what he can. He's actually not playing bad by any means.
No, he's been solid.
But you're paying a lot
A lot for Khalil Mack.
for him. So if
And-
you can get rid of him and kind of plug in this Hercules.
Huge dude who's a really good run defender too, which is a big
Yes.
part of his game. And the Chargers were terrible against the run.
Yeah.
So this is a big pick for them, I think.
It is
Get-
scary that he was just a rotational player
Yeah.
in college. But I mean, hey,
Freak athlete, super strong, can help shore up your defense against the run.
agreed.
And I am all for that pick. I love that
Yep.
pick. There's no wide receiver to them. I agree with you because, first of all, the top 3 receivers have already gone off the board.
Yeah.
So you'd be kind of reaching for like Zay Flowers here.
Yeah.
But they're not going to cut Keenan Allen officially. Like
No.
they've restructured him and said he's not going anywhere. So you don't. That's not a priority right now, in my opinion.
Yep.
You've got the weapons. Fix your defense and see what you can do. Maybe
Yeah.
you won't give up a 28-0 lead.
Maybe.
Or whatever that
Hopefully.
lead was. Baltimore going Brian Branch kind of
Yep.
slipping a little bit. First safety off the board.
Yep.
He didn't have a bad combine. He just didn't have a sparkling of a combine. Like we had all these guys have just S-tier athlete combines.
Yeah.
Branch just had a solid combine, but the tape backs him up so much as a stud tackler. Him and Kyle
Absolutely.
Hamilton on the backside of that defense is gross.
Well, absolutely, but I don't even see him much as a safety
Yeah,
in this
corner.
position. I got him more like a nickel
Mm-hmm.
right here. Take out that slot receiver whenever you can, but he's kind of replacing what we just traded away in Chuck Clark.
Yeah.
Chuck Clark wore the green dot for us.
Yeah.
You know, he was the quarterback of our defense, and he called that defense to a top 5 defense finish.
Yeah.
You know, so if this guy after 1 year, I think Roquan's going to get it this year.
Yeah,
After 1 year, maybe if we get someone maybe in the back end.
Mm-hmm.
Picking up that green dot, I think Brian Branch has the mental capacity
Definitely.
to really just read an offense, call
He
this
is
shit out.
very similar to Minka Fitzpatrick coming out.
Yes.
Reminds me a lot of Minka Fitzpatrick coming out. And I love Minka. Minka's a stud.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Great pick for them. Minnesota going Nolan Smith. They have to because they are gashing their defense right now.
Yeah.
They are gutting their defensive side of the ball right now, which is just crazy.
And I don't. It's what can it do? They
right.
sucked.
Yeah.
They
It was
were
terrible.
awful.
It was terrible.
So I mean, if you're paying these guys and they're not doing anything, and Zadarius Smith wants out,
yeah, he wants to go.
he
said goodbye to him.
he said goodbye. He tweeted out. He was like, "I love Minnesota. Thanks for all the
It's been
memories,
real."
guys. It's been real."
Buddy, you're under contract. Where do you think you're going?
He was just playing some reverse psychology. That might be my favorite fucking tweet. Absolutely loved it.
Yep, love it.
But yeah, Nolan Smith here reminds me a lot of Hassan Reddick
Mhm.
coming out, and if they can utilize him correctly,
Right.
which Hassan was not for a while,
No.
but hey, if they can do that for him, he's gonna be a stud.
Great pick. Yeah.
So I'm excited for him to go to the Minnesota Vikings.
Agreed. And then wrapping up these ones with Cal Cansey at 24 to Jacksonville. I like that one
Yep.
too. The guy had an awesome combine. A little undersized, of course, but
Yeah.
you know, there was a Pittsburgh defensive tackle that went not too long ago that was a little undersized that has turned out really good for his team. So not comparing the two, I'm just saying it's just
I don't think it's gonna be anything like that.
probably not.
But no,
it's
I'm
fun to
very
make a
excited.
comparison.
Him right next to Josh Allen on the D line.
And Teron Walker too.
Yeah,
like
and
they're
Teron Walker.
going high on their defensive line. You got to.
Yeah, dude. Those trenches are important. I really
Mhm.
think they could have gone secondary here as well, but a lot of the secondary got picked up pretty quickly in this draft.
Yeah.
So I have them going D-line, just fixing up what they can, because I think they have a really solid offense right now.
Agreed. They'll score points with anybody, so you got to fix up that D.
Yeah.
Agreed. And then Giants at 25 going with Osiris Torrance, the best, probably the most pro-ready offensive lineman in the draft, I would
Agreed.
say. super talented offensive guard out of Florida. Love his tape. Great pick for them. Now you got to protect your asset.
Yeah.
You
I
just
literally
paid
wrote
Daniel Jones
one
a ton of
thing.
money.
I wrote one thing. It says, one thing I gotta say: protect the man making the money.
Yep. Protect your assets. You just paid him. You just
not
franchised Saquon Barkley. You got to move the ball now.
Yep.
It's time. Fix up that. Keep going. I like Andrew Thomas. I like Evan Neal to have a bounce back. Now let's shore up the middle a little bit, and Osiris Torrance does that starter day one, in my opinion.
Yeah.
All right, bring us home. 26-31. What
All right.
you got?
So here we go right here. 26 Dallas Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
Taking Bijan Robinson.
Yes, love that.
27 Buffalo Bills taking Zay Flowers.
Okay. Feels like a bill.
I know.
He does.
28 Cincinnati Bengals taking Cam Smith.
Ooh, okay.
29 New Orleans Saints taking Dalton Kincaid.
Yes, great pick.
And 30 Philadelphia Eagles taking Brian Breezy.
Ooh, yeah, okay.
And 31 Kansas City Chiefs taking Anton Harrison.
Anton Harrison, okay. That's the
Offensive tackle.
Okay.
Yep.
Because there's another Anton, the A&M safety.
Yeah.
I can't think of his last name, but I always get him confused. But yes, I like all of those. I love Bijan to Dallas.
Make sure that I said the right answer.
I'm pretty sure you did.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you did. Anton Harrison's out of Oklahoma,
Okay.
the offensive lineman.
Yeah.
Bijan Robinson's a stud running
Oh my
back,
God.
and I'm so glad that you don't have the Bills getting him. That makes me so happy.
I almost went Dalton Kincaid here.
Because they're losing Dalton Schultz.
I almost said replace Dalton with the Dalton here.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, like this draft is so deep
So
with tight end. They can get Sam Laporta in third.
Yep.
And
You'll be fine.
you're good.
Yeah.
Cool.
Be just fine.
Bijan's he's the best running back we've seen since Saquon.
Yeah.
And they're replacing Zeke with like second coming.
Yeah, exactly.
So you don't have to pay Pollard.
Yep.
Get rid of Zeke. Get someone behind him in like the 5th round.
Yep. There you go. You move.
And you just move on.
Yep.
You know, keep your money.
Yeah. Don't. Yep. Zay Flowers, the Buffalo. I like that. They need another weapon.
I don't know how they need another weapon. Everyone tells me they need another weapon.
Yeah.
But you have Stephon, you have Gabe Davis,
and Dawson Knox,
Yeah.
and Isaiah McKenzie, who might be leaving. He might be a casualty.
Yeah.
But yeah, I see Zay Flowers mocked to them a lot too. I don't know if they just. I know Stephon Diggs is getting up there in age.
Yeah.
And they're coming up. They're pretty hard up against the cap right now. So
Yeah.
eventually they're gonna have to make some tough decisions there. So just go get younger at a skilled position and
Yeah.
try to go for it. I mean, like the Bills haven't already been going for it. They just paid
Mhm.
Von Miller a bag.
Yeah.
But you need another offensive weapon here. Your defense is solid for the most part, outside of who they're going to lose this offseason.
Yeah.
But I like that. And
Yeah.
then Cam Smith to Cincinnati. I like that too. They need secondary.
Yeah, I didn't like that. I didn't like picking anything for my division round.
Yeah, I bet, because you
But-
did well for them. They all
Yeah.
drafted very well.
They're doing well. But Cincinnati, they're losing a lot of secondary help right now.
Yep.
And even though they're not replacing Jesse Bates in the safety, I still think they need some corners out there. Sure, it's not the same as Jesse Bates,
Right.
but hey, a surefire tackler.
Yep.
Nothing gets away from him. He had some questions before the combine about athleticism,
Mhm.
and he went to the combine, went great.
Yeah,
You know?
solid.
So I'm not worried about him at all. I think he's going to be a great corner. I think he's going to be able to lock up a lot of the number 2s
Yeah.
around here.
A lot of the number twos.
A lot of the number 2s.
Yes, agreed. New Orleans going Dalton Kincaid. He could be a top 15 pick. I hear people have him over Michael Mayer at times.
Well, I was looking at a few mock drafts when I was doing this, and I was just seeing like, hey, who needs what, yada yada yada. Let's see what other people are thinking.
Right.
I didn't go with a lot of what people were thinking right now, but Dalton Kincaid, I would see him top 14, top
Yeah,
15,
early.
and I would see Michael Mayer not in the first
Yeah,
round.
like second round pick.
And I'm like,
That's that
Okay.
prospect fatigue, man. People are
That's
just
it.
sick of talking about
oh,
him.
you've been too good for too
Mhm.
long.
Yep. Let's get someone else's name up here. Dalton Kincaid is very, very talented.
Yes.
This could be like their Jimmy Graham type
Absolutely
replacement
agree.
here.
I
I think Dalton Kincaid had a multiple Division I basketball scholarship offers.
Yep.
And that sounds a lot like another guy that they had at tight end.
Yes, sir.
Like that.
And then Derek Carr always had Waller to throw to. Put
Yeah.
up great numbers with him.
Yep.
Always had
Dalton.
him. Last 2-3 years.
Yeah, a couple years
But-
at least.
Put up great numbers with Waller.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You know, so let's get him yet another weapon.
Yep.
Let's get Chris Olave 101 on the outside.
Yep.
Let's sure have something in the middle.
Maybe go win that division.
I mean, hey,
Wide
right
open.
now he's the best quarterback in that
Definitely by a
division,
mile, by an absolute mile.
which is kind of sad. But
I mean, they may have the best two quarterbacks in that division with him and James Winston.
Oh, I was gonna say Taysom Hill.
Yeah, Taysom Hill, they may have the best three. I like that. Brian Brzee to Philly at 30. I think Philadelphia is thrilled with that, with
Yeah.
him falling, because he has just tumbled down the board, but they're losing a ton of defensive linemen.
Yes.
Got to replace him. Plug him in. Play him right next to Jordan Davis in the middle there, and
Howie's doing Howie things right here.
yep.
And
He always drafts the trenches, man. Always
it
drafts
pays
the trenches.
off.
It worked. It obviously
I
works.
mean, hey, look at what he's done, and it fucking worked.
Mhm.
It reminds me about what the Cowboys did for so long.
Yeah, just offensive line, offensive line, offensive line.
And then
defensive
all of a
line.
sudden, they had the best offensive and defensive line.
Yep.
Granted, they didn't do anything to help anyone else.
Right.
But
Right.
that's why it didn't work. But
Right.
hey, Philadelphia Eagles, rich get richer yet again.
Yeah,
I hate saying
classic.
it, but
true.
the teams that know what they're doing know what they're doing.
And they just continue to do it. They do it the right way.
Exactly.
Same goes for Kansas City here at 31. I think
Yeah.
they probably are going to lose their right tackle, Andrew Wiley. Here you go, Anton Harrison, plug and play.
Yep.
Day one right tackle, done.
Exactly.
Moving on.
Exactly. I think they're going to keep Orlando Brown. I think they're going to
Definitely.
pick something figure something out with him. Just he's too good to let
They've
go.
got the cap to pay him.
Yeah.
With cutting Frank Clark, they freed up a ton of money.
Yep.
I love this pick of Anton Harrison. Now you have your two bookend tackles.
Yep.
And you've got their offensive line is so good.
Yep.
You go Anton Harrison now, who's technically the weakest link on this offensive line, is a first round right tackle. And then you've got Trey Smith, Creed Humphrey, Joe Tooney, Orlando Brown. Good luck getting to Patrick Mahomes.
Ridiculous.
Good
And that's what
luck.
they need to do. Hey,
Yeah,
you have
you
the
have to
best
get to
player in this era.
Mm-hmm.
Not even in this league. In this era. Protect him.
Yeah, please.
You know, I think, they need wide receivers, sure, and you could argue a wide receiver right here.
Yeah.
But,
I
hey,
like the
I mean, they
value.
could get Downs in the second round.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
Yeah.
They could do a lot of things. They could still go after a few wide receivers in free agency.
Right,
even.
right.
They could go for a trade. Like,
Yeah,
I'm not
make some
worried
trades.
about them. Like, we saw what he did with that,
With that
lowly wide
makeshift
receiver
core,
group.
yeah.
He only won the Super Bowl.
Right, just won a Super Bowl with them, it's fine.
So I project him going to the AFC Championship yet again.
Definitely. We'll have the Arrowhead Invitational, the AFC Championship game, Arrowhead Invitational again this year.
Yep.
And probably for the next 10 years. But I love it, man.
I'll say that.
These are great picks, and then, yeah, I can't argue with any of them. None of them am I like, ooh, I don't know about that one. I'm a big fan of this. Nice job.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Strong work, buddy.
There we go.
Stay tuned for next mock draft is me, and I'm going to do it next week. I'll be lucky because I'll have free agency behind me.
Damn.
So I'll get to look at what every team did and be like, okay, they don't need next year to address that. So I have a
Exciting.
little bit of a benefit. So thanks, guys, for checking in on this one, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Appreciate it.
Super Bowl.
Chiefs win. Cry, Eagles cry.
Woo!
The road to misery.